Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest rally trapping video. Today I'll be showcasing some clips from my Mythic champ trap, so my weak trap. Yes, it's not as strong as the mini lead account I have. It is missing some things that that account has, like debuffs, and it doesn't have the 60% counter yet. It is running 2 Mythic champ pieces currently with a accessory for champ as well. I think it's in this video. I'm also might be getting another Mythic champ accessory just pretty soon anyway, so we'll probably do a Mythic champ opening or a champ chest opening after this video, maybe tomorrow. So anyways, the first coalition is coming in. It's going to be a cab blast. They had a double set on me, but I believe the other guild couldn't fill. So unfortunately for them, it was just going to be a single, and I'm going to be trying to put my war gear on kind of last second. This lead that's coming in right now is kind of a top tier lead, so I'm going to use my gear for that. Normally, if they're like a mid tier lead, I won't even swap to my war gear as long as I have enough time to counter. If it's a double, obviously, I'll probably put my war gear on. But in this situation, since it's the top tier lead, I decided to put my war gear on and counter him. Because otherwise it'd probably hurt. Again, it was cav into my range, which I kept that pretty easily, as you can see here. This guy, what was he? 151 stars, 355 artifacts, pretty decent stuff. Couple of Mythic champ pieces. The offhand, forget what the boomerang's called, but it's something boomerang. It's a tempered 9, so that's actually pretty good. He could do some tempering on his main body, because that's pretty cheap, and maybe the legs as well. But yeah, otherwise it's a pretty top tier lead. Again, not a Titan lead. Usually when I say Titan, they're like 11k heroes, a little bit higher on the artifact stars and all that. Top tier leads are like over 120 castle stars. Mid tier is like the 50 to 100-ish, that's a mid tier. And then low tier is below that. And then not a lead is people who don't have pack 5s and stuff anyway. So that's how I do the tiering list, if you guys are wondering. But yeah, this guy, I would say, is a top tier lead with 151 castle stars, good artifacts, and good gear with some Mythic champ in there as well. Yeah, what did he do? He went 1.42. Again, I don't know the breakdown since it all went into my range. So if I had to guess, about 8 to 900k was actually the pack 5 damage. And then the 500k-ish would have been the actual troop damage, if I had to guess. I don't actually know. Yeah, 1.4, I would say at least 800k. So maybe 600k was to my front line, and then 800k was from the pack 5s, or 800 and XX. 8 to 900k, sure. Anyways, so yeah. And there was also like a million tier 5 in there, so there was a decent amount in that as well, so... yeah, so someone unfortunately saw my gear too, so the chance of them rallying me again is very low. So that's why sometimes in these videos you see me not throw my war gear. That's the reason, is because as soon as they see my war gear, the chances of them hitting me again are pretty much 0. Because again, this account looks way stronger than it actually is, because the base stats aren't great, but the gear is pretty good. So if I put that war gear on, the chance of them rallying me is basically non-existent after that. So anyways, moving on, this can be from AOW Toxic. I believe they just moved to the kingdom at this point too, so they didn't know my account, so it was good. This guy is a mid-tier lead, so for leads wise, again, this is someone I might not put my war gear on. I just had to double check I was in the right formation. They're carpeting now, but didn't matter. I decided to go last second to range formation. It really doesn't matter, range wedge or range foul for cav hits. You might take a little bit less damage in range foul than range wedge, but it really doesn't matter. So you can see this guy, again, a mid-tier lead, but with a interesting helmet. So the rest of his gear is really good for his cav set, but for whatever reason he's running a purple champ helm. I would assume something like a bumblebeam helm or something would be better. I mean, there's 1.3 million tier 5 in there as well, so they really filled it with tier 5. Unfortunately for them, yeah, I didn't even need my war gear. Took that one in construction gear. Again, a mid-tier lead I'm probably not going to swap my gear for. I have a pretty big comp, so these guys who are hitting probably anywhere from 900 to 1,000, I would not swap my gear for that person personally. Again, they did pretty much half and half. There was 750 from the pack 5s and then 750 to my front line, which makes sense because, again, I'm not running a bunch of HP or anything in my non-gear. Again, the base stats on this account are pretty poor. Not much research is done. It does tier 5 on it, but it doesn't have a ton of research. I haven't put a ton of money into artifacts or counter or debuffs or any castle skins or any of that stuff. So it's got pretty basic base stats compared to like the mini Titan, who's got pretty much double the base stats of this account. So yeah, anyway, so that was pretty easy to cap. I do like having these leads sometimes as well. It's nice to actually not have to cap a maxed account every time, because those people use recently, I don't know if you guys have been taking rallies, but if you've been taking rallies from a max account recently, because of the lab, they have so many 75% carpets. Every single rally that's hitting me recently is like an instant rally. Like I can't even look at the watchtower. I go click on the watchtower and the rallies already hit me. I'm like, what the heck, that was half a second. So I just throw the war gear on and pray at that point. It's like, hopefully they don't counter me. Hopefully they send mix. Because honestly, if they're gonna be carpeting, I hope they send mix, because you don't really have to counter the mix mostly. If there's the difference between the formations that I'll be sitting in, range or infantry or cab wedge, there's really not that much of a difference at mix, but if you get full countered by a blast, that's when it actually really hurts. So anyways, we're gonna move on to the next one. This is actually gonna be a guild mate. He's gonna be taking a hit from a Titan lead. Again, not a maxed account lead, but I would say they're a Titan. They have 11k heroes. They've got max castle stars. Yeah, max castle stars, 400 artifacts. They almost have full tempering on all their champ pieces. So again, they're a Titan, but not like a maxed account Titan sort of thing that would have like 600 plus artifacts. And then max tempering and all that. So yeah, you can see they're going to go cav. It is going to be a blast, so does give them quite a bit of time to counter though. So that's not too bad. You definitely have time to counter that one, even if he wasn't sitting in range. They weren't using any 75% carpets or anything like that. Someone sent range as well, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Someone decided to send range instead of cav, and I guess the rally lead didn't notice. Yeah, see this Darth Vape guy, he sent he sent range tier 5 and cav tier 4. Interesting. That's an interesting way to rally. I'm not sure if the rally lead asked for that or he just accidentally sent range tier 5 instead of cav tier 5, but I don't think it really would have mattered anyways, since they got the full counter off. They had a pretty decent comp as well, so they didn't go mix or anything like that. They're telling us don't stop porting, but I don't know why. He has like 28 million troops? Why would he be worried about taking another rally with that many troops? And again, he's got probably decent stats and all that as well, so let's take a look. Yeah, he's got decent war gear. It's not like it's crazy pay-to-play war gear, but it's like, I mean, you can take a rally with 28 mil from these guys. You can see, like, he didn't even take that much damage, especially if you get the counter. Maybe a mix, but again, he's not a maxed account. So anyways, we're gonna move on to the next one. So this one's gonna be another double rally set on me. So the previous double rally, they ended up canceling one of them, so I didn't actually technically get a double rally. Again, double rallies are difficult because, especially if they're right next to you, because if they start carpeting, you start getting in trouble, because again, nowadays you really want to counter people, and one of them is actually a top tier lead. I think he's got like, is he a max star guy, or max castle star, but we'll double check after this. But yeah, it's the Spartama. He's actually the guy that I'm looking to counter. I don't really care about the other lead because he's not like a max to counter or anything like that, so I wasn't too worried about him, and I didn't really see many people joining his rally, so I thought they were going to cancel as well. So I was more focused on the other one, and this is going to be range here, so I believe I'm already sitting in infantry. I'm just double checking here. And then we're gonna see what the next one is. Yeah, that's the one I want to counter. So it's gonna be a mix. So I could technically take this in infantry, but I'm gonna throw my war gear on for the maxed account here. Or not the maxed account, the top tier lead. And I wasn't gonna put it on for the other one just so they wouldn't cancel the double. That's pretty much it. Because if I put my war gear on for the first one, then the second one might cancel. So I didn't want to do that. And that guy didn't even fill. And this guy did not too much. Again, he went mix, so I didn't really technically have to counter that one. I could take it in infantry, I could take it in range, or cav, honestly, any of them. So, and again, the only difference personally I find in taking in the different formations is damage-wise, it's a little bit different. And I find personally on my accounts, I take less in range than I do in infantry. I've also found I have the best chance of capping so far, but that's totally different. But anyways, yeah, you can see that guy was pretty strong. Not a maxed account, but you can see he has pretty good tempering on all his Mythic champ. He's got good castle stars, he's got good artifact stars, so definitely someone I want to put my war gear on. And again, they both use Rabbit. I don't know why the other guy sent the Rally though. It doesn't even show up in global because it was only 1.6. And if you guys don't know, you gotta send over a 2 mil Rally for it to show up on the global thing. So if you don't want people knowing you're rallying people, just send a 1.9999 mil Rally and it probably won't show up on the global, I think. So I think that's how it works, because most rallies under 2 mil I noticed don't show up on the global report in older kingdoms. They might show up in newer kingdoms, but yeah, you can see they didn't even have much tier 5 in there, honestly, so it wasn't really that worrisome. Did, what was that, like 395k to my front line, and then the rest was all pack 5s to my back line. And again, I took that one in my my fake gear, so didn't really have much stats for that. You can see I am running a big comp right now. I was looking to take some doubles and stuff, and then you can see the mixed attack only did 1.2. Again, Sparta isn't really a maxed account, so it wasn't going to do a crazy amount of damage, but did like 700k with the actual troops, and then about 300 and something k with the pack 5s here, 359, oh, almost 900k with the actual damage. You can see the familiars he sent. He sent a couple pack 5s, the rest were shielding ones. Yeah, anyways, because let's take a look at his gear again. Yeah, 149, not quite max castle stars, 404 artifacts are pretty good, 40 blessed, so that's pretty decent as well. And he's just missing a little bit of tempering on his accessories, but everything else is pretty much tempered 12, so again, pretty strong lead. And there's Falcon. Again, I wasn't too worried about this guy because he's like a mid-tier lead. Again, mid-tier leads, I don't really need my war gear, but top tier leads I do, and obviously Titans and above. So top tier and above I will put my war gear on, and I consider the that other guy a top tier lead, but not like a maxed account, so, or even a Titan, because I don't think he had triple 11k heroes. Yeah, so I was actually in Hawaii at this time, so so I do have to be careful about trapping, because I can't really leave. Like, I have to shield every time I leave the hotel because I don't get internet in Hawaii. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you have any questions about trapping, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.